everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I just thought I'd do something different. Today's video is going to be a weekly grocery haul checklist review. So more or less like in some of my grocery hauls lately where I do the meal planning in the grocery hauls and talk about what foods we're going to be eating and things like that. Instead of doing it in the grocery haul, at the beginning of the grocery haul, I'm thinking of making another video of this once a week. I just thought it'd be easier because then this way I can look at what I need to buy for the week, which I normally do anyway, but it makes me do it and write down the things that I need and write down the things that the household needs and what we need for food and all that sort of thing. I just thought we'd go through this together once a week and I can just jot down like the things I need. It might give you some inspiration on some of the meals that I'm going to be making out of things that I want to get rid of out of the pantry. I've still got things in there that are about a year old, like beans and things like that, that I really do want to start making meals out of and that I just don't want to waste. So I just thought we'll start today and yeah, I'll see how we go with it. And I'll just show you the foods that I need to use up this week, along with some things in the freezer that I've got to use, because this week I won't be doing a Fill Your Freezer Friday video. Fill Your Freezer Friday will be coming out every fortnight now until I get my freezer sort of downsized a little bit. We haven't been eating some of the foods in there and I've been making other foods, so I want to start using that to save a bit of money as well. Today in the weekly grocery checklist review, we're just going to go through some of the cheaper meals I want to make, jot them down and maybe jot down a few essentials into my weekly planner of the things that I'm going to need to get for Friday. Last week I didn't get the shop until Saturday, so I'm hoping that I can get it in on Friday this week. So let's have a look and we'll see what meals we can make up with what I've got. Firstly, I've got my weekly planner here, my meal planner. I got this from Kmart. If you want to check it out, it's in my last Kmart haul. It's just called a home planner and there's heaps of things in there. So I'm looking back at the meal planner from this week. So I'm halfway through the week at the moment. Now I didn't end up making the chicken patties yet because my husband ended up cooking a big batch of chicken that I had a frozen thing of chicken in the freezer and he managed making like 2 meals out of that. So we just got through that last night. The meatball soup, I'm making that today. I'm really looking forward to that one. And for the rest of the week, we've got curried sausages and rice and frozen pizzas, depending if I get the shop on the Friday or not. I'll go through some of the foods that I'm looking at wanting to use up. A year or so ago, you know, we couldn't get things on the shelves. I went out and bought like some dried beans and things like that, and they've been in here for quite a long time. Sorry, it's not very organized at the moment. I haven't cleaned it out or organized it for a while. So just looking at the back here. Okay, so I've got a lot of these beans here that I picked up from like a health food shop probably about a year ago. The peas here I bought from Aldi and they were really cheap. So I'm going to take them out now and have a look at a meal for that. Okay, now these are what I want to start eating because I've got the black beans and I think they're more of like a kidney bean or a pinto bean. Okay, I'll have a look here. These are not that old, I only bought them recently. Okay, Arborio Rice, I do want to use that because we haven't been, as long as there's no weevils in it. Check that one out. I want to use that one maybe for a dessert. So I'm going to take that one out. Okay, these ones here. Okay, these are like a pinto bean, I think. I think these ones are pinto. I usually buy pinto beans because I like these. Probably not going to get through all these beans this week. And we've got sort of custard powder and things like that up there. So I'm pretty happy if I can sort of make a meal out of something like that this week. These are all sort of new sort of things here. Now I would like to make like that dessert, so I'm going to need some apples. And I've got this sauerkraut in here. I bought this ages ago and I have not used that. I would like to use that. These are all just chickpeas and things like that. So I'm not going to use them today because I've already got the other things out. So I'm looking at the sauerkraut. Maybe I can do something with the sauerkraut. And let's have a look over here. I've just got salt and chia seeds and sesame seeds, and they're all really fine, to be honest. I do have some popcorn here, which I probably would like to use up, but it's not really that old, so I might just keep that one. Okay, and over here, I'm probably not going to do it this week, but I would like to use, I've got some coconut oil here, which I would like to use. There's tahini. I'm not sure the dates on the tahini. I think that's, oh, that one's already out of date. Okay, so that one has to go in the bin, because that's basically, oh, I've got to the 14th of the 3rd, so that's already out of date. Okay, and this is out of date on the 22nd of May. And I don't think it was that long ago I bought that. That's not very long, is it? That's the peanut butter. And I know I've got like rice syrup here. Let's have a look at this one. I bought this for like muesli slices. I don't think it's got a use by date on it. Oh, yes it does. Oh, it's got another year on it. So I've got to use that, but I do have to use the peanut butter. That's a lot of peanut butter to use in the next month. So I have to think of something. So what I'm thinking of is, we've got some sauerkraut here. Still having a think about that. Now I'm not going to eat all these beans this week because, like I said, I'm the only one that eats them. So I'm going to probably spend another couple of weeks going through some of these ones. But what I'm thinking of with the beans is I'm probably just going to make more of like a Mexican beans. So let's have a look at some things I've got in the fridge for that in a minute. And this one here, which is the split peas, the green split peas, these are really, really cheap at Aldi if it's something that you eat a lot of. These soup mixes and things like that, great price at Aldi. So for the split peas, I'm thinking of making like a split pea soup. We do have ham in the freezer that I need to throw out. That's from Christmas time. But if you buy like the ham hocks, I know they're quite expensive, so I'm not going to do that. And if I wanted to put ham in it, I do have canned ham out in the cupboard and in my pantry. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to make a split pea soup. I've never really done that before, just by itself. But let's have a look at what I can make up with that. So what I'm thinking of is maybe onions, maybe a chicken stock. So let's see what I can get. So what I've managed to come across is, I'm pretty sure I've got like a chicken stock here that I would like to use up. I've got a chicken stock, I've got some onions and garlic and the peas, maybe some carrots, so I like something else in it. Okay, so what I'm thinking of is parsley, carrots. I don't really have any celery, and celery's been quite expensive lately, so I'm probably not going to buy any celery this week. So I'm just going to do with what I've got here so I can get away with a meal that's not going to cost me a lot of money. Well, not going to cost me much at all, because I'm just going to use a couple of carrots, onion, garlic, and that. The only thing that might be nice in that is like a light cream. But I could go out and buy a light cream for it, but instead I think I'm just going to end up buying or using some milk. Okay, so I'm thinking I probably will get some cream for it, because it will make it like not as thick, because I know that will get really thick if I use just carrots and that. You could add milk, and I could get away with this with just some milk, but I'm probably just going to get some light cream for it. So there's one meal sort of organized there, which hasn't really cost a lot of money, just out of the things I've got. If you've got these sort of supplies in your house, you could do the same thing and make like a good family meal out of that. I'm thinking I might even put, I've got some garlic bread as well, so I'm probably going to put some garlic bread with that. Might need some garlic bread with it just to go further. Okay, so I'm just going to put down some light cream there on my list. Okay, so we're just going to have light cream for that one, and that is just going to be a split pea green soup. I'm not sure what day I'm going to have it on. I just allocate a day. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. You can switch the days around when you do a meal planner, because sometimes the kids or the family might not want that meal, but it's still on your list and you can put it on to another day. So I'm just going to put it on for, I'm going to put it on for a Monday, something simple for the start of the week. So this week we're just going to have a split pea soup. And I have got one thing of garlic bread in the freezer, so put some garlic bread with it. We've sort of got one meal there, and then I've just got one ingredient that I'm going to need for that. Okay, so that makes it pretty easy. So let's start on the next one. The next one is these pinto beans. Obviously I've still got this big jar of beans here that I'm gonna try and get through this month. But the pinto beans, that looks like there's heaps there. So I'm thinking of making a Mexican chili that I can sort of eat through the week. To make 2 batches, maybe one, my youngest likes this, but not with the chili in it. I'm just gonna put some beans. I've got this paste, I think it's chipotle sauce. I've never used this before. My brother made us a meal out of it with like a chili that he was making, and I think I'll end up buying some more of it. It tastes really, really nice. There's like a whole jar of it here. So I'm just gonna put that in with the beans, and what it is it's just like tomato. It's just tomato and vinegar and chili peppers and spices. So if I recall, it's pretty hot. Okay, so we're just going to put that in there. I've got some onions and I've got garlic and things like that. So onions and garlic. I need sort of canned tomatoes. Okay, so I've got myself some tomatoes out of the cupboard. I've got the paste. I've got also a red onion because I probably will put that on the top of it after it's cooked, like as a garnish. Garlic, what else can I put in there? Beans. I've got some frozen corn as well in the freezer, so I'll check that out. Okay. So I do have a big thing. This freezer needs to be defrosted this week. Okay, so I've got a big thing of frozen corn down there. And I do have some jalapenos as well. So it's really got to do with the tomatoes, you know, the onion, trying to make a really thick sauce out of it. I probably will need, I do have a salsa in the pantry as well that I could put in there. So I'm just going through the fridge now. I've just taken some jalapenos out. I've got these. These are best before the 12th of March. So I'm going to throw them in there. You know, they'll probably be right still by the end of the week. So if I wanted to make it, you know, on the weekend. Salsa in here as well. If I wanted to put a salsa in there, there's heaps of ingredients. My husband doesn't eat beans whatsoever. So that's going to be a bit of a hard one. So I'm thinking I could maybe use a quinoa for him because I do have some quinoa. I could maybe put some quinoa in his, or maybe some brown rice. I could make his with brown rice. It might go further, but he probably would like quinoa with it. I can make it like a little bit of a quinoa and brown rice. So basically we've just got a meal there out of just everything that I've got in the cupboard. You know, like obviously I won't need quinoa. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't need to go buy it. I could use white rice instead of brown rice. And I have got some beans. So that really hasn't cost me a great deal because I can make so much food out of that. And I possibly will be able to freeze it because I'm the only one going to be eating it. So when I do it, may even cook it in the pressure cooker, put it all in there and freeze some of it because there's a lot of food there for one person. And well, my youngest will have a little bit without the chili. So yeah, but I can sort of make enough for the family of 4 by taking beans out, putting rice in, or quinoa, or whatever like that. So let's jot that down. So I've got away with another meal without really buying any ingredients. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what night of the week I do this one on. You know, like I probably will be doing the shop on the Friday. I probably will make it on the weekend because the tomatoes haven't got long on them. You know, like they're sort of best before, not used by, but best before. So I want to sort of make that this weekend. So I'm just going to put that down as a chili beans. Okay, with the chili beans, I'm probably going to buy some sour cream with it because it's just going to make it really yummy. And I'll show you what else I've got there for that. I always buy avocados, but I've got some of these avocado slices so I can make a little bit of a guacamole up for the beans and the chili. And this, you know, this is in the freezer so I can make it up whenever. So we've got our sour cream and our light cream. They're added for the 2 meals that I've made there. Okay, so we've got the Arborio rice. I do want to use this up because it is out of date a little bit. It's not out of date, it's been sitting there for a while and I haven't used it. So it doesn't look like there's any weevils in it or anything like that. So I'm gonna make a dessert out of this. I don't really have any coconut cream or anything like that, but if I buy the large light cream, I might write that down. If I buy the large one, I will be able to probably make the rice out of that, you know. So I'm thinking of putting apples with that. So apples, I'll just see what I've got there. I know I've got some apples. Now I do have some canned apples in there to add with it, but I've also got lots of apples in the freezer. So I could add some apples and make like a creamy rice with a little bit of sugar, some light cream, make it a really nice creamy rice, because I do have some, you know, some canned cream rice in the back there. I may as well use up this rice instead of throwing it out. So I've got a brand new thing of apples there, and I've also got probably a few apples that I could, you know, stew up, you know, that probably would need to be eaten this week before I open up the new batch of apples. So I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to be doing a stewed apples with it. So I'm just going to add it onto here somewhere. So just write a creamed rice and stewed apples. Okay, and the other thing is with that is I used to make like stewed rhubarb with that, so that's really nice as well. So I do still have this sauerkraut. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to put with that. I am interested in putting something with it, you know, just to try. I might just have to put it on the side of something, you know, like side of a meat that I've got. Actually, I've got some. So let's have a look in the freezer. So I want to look at some meals I want to get through in the freezer here so I can start my Fill Your Freezer Friday video next week. Now, as you can see, there's still heaps of meals in here. We have been cooking every night nearly. So I've got the enchiladas in here, which I'm probably going to get through. So if you would have seen one of my Fill Your Freezer Friday videos, I made the big beef enchiladas. And so that's been put into a big alfoil container here, and there's 8 in there. There's 8 in there, so I'm probably going to put that down. We've got the enchiladas there. We're going to have that for one night. Okay, so I've got some chicken stew here, and I would like to use that up as well, just to make some room in here. And I've got the potato, onion and cheese that I made in the Fill Your Freezer Friday to go with that. So I think that's what we'll have. So I'll get through a couple of meals there. So we're definitely going to have the chicken stew, the enchiladas and the potato, onion and cheese. The rest is just lunchbox snacks down there. Okay, so we're going to have the beef enchiladas, which I'm probably going to do on, this is just all for next week as well. This is obviously this week I've already got the meals for. Okay, so if I get the shop on Friday, we're probably just going to be having frozen pizzas or something like that. And Thursday and Sunday. So let's have a look. And I was going to make those chicken patties, so I'm still going to make that, but I'm going to make it the following week. It's just that he ended up cooking the other night, and he cooked enough chicken for 2 nights, so I wasn't going to complain. So I'm going to move the chicken patties over to this week. But I had to freeze them, so they are frozen now. So chicken patties, and they're just going to have a heap of vegetables with them inside them, with veggies. And then, like I said, I'm hoping to get the shop on Friday, you know, and if I get it Friday, then I'll still have the frozen pizzas, and I've still got nuggets. Sorry, there is an E in there. Frozen pizzas, and I might even have some salmon on toast that night. And then the Saturday night I'll make the chili beans, and then on Sunday night, and Sunday I'm probably just going to do the hoki, because I've still got hoki, and we did end up having tacos. So I'm going to end up having the hoki fish, and probably have hoki and rice, something like that. So then I've sort of got those meals filled out. So, okay, so we've sort of got for Friday night, which is hopefully when the shop will come, I'll have frozen pizzas. That's pretty easy. Saturday night, I'll have chili beans. I've got a cream rice and stewed apples to make. More hoki and rice this week. So we've got split pea soup, beef enchiladas, chicken stew, chicken patties with vegetables, frozen pizzas, chili beans, cream rice and stewed apples for a dessert, hoki and rice. Also depends, I don't usually go, sometimes I don't go 7 days to get the new shopping, so that depends, but that's okay because I've always got some ideas anyway. having ideas in a book like this is good because you can go back and see, you know, what you've had and what you want to have maybe down the track later on. Okay, so looking at some other things now, out of all those meals, I don't need to buy anything. Okay, the other thing is I do need to get some vegetables. So we do need vegetables and we need some fruit. Like I always have to get bananas and things like that. Okay, so let me see what I can come up with. Okay, I've just jotted down a few things here. Obviously, I'm going to need to write down more things as well, but just the things I just can remember at the moment. Because I've got all the meals made up here, I'm not going to need any meat this week. So that really stopped me from, you know, overbuying by writing out the meal planner first and, you know, just using up some of the things in the cupboard. I'll probably save myself, you know, probably $50 or something like that, maybe more. So I'm not going to buy meat this week except for some ham. My oldest boy's already had some salami this week, so he's not going to get any more of that for a few weeks. So I'm just going to get ham this week. I do need some dental floss, I need some bread and milk, and we do need eggs. So we need some more eggs there. I've got bananas, strawberries and greens. I'm not going to write down exactly what greens I need because it's so expensive at the moment and I don't know what's available. Like if I can get spinach, I'll get that. Maybe some fresh green beans if they're on special. I might even get a cauliflower or some broccoli. It just depends on what I can pick up for the week. Strawberries are quite expensive. I don't really want to pay another $4.50 for them again this week. Moving over to miscellaneous, I was going to get some cordial, which I didn't get last week. Don't really need it. The boys want some strawberry quick, so I've got that on the list. I need some decaf tea. I'm also going to pick, sorry, that's my youngest just moving around chairs. I'm also going to pick up some straws and I want to get some large storage bags. So this is sort of the necessities that I've got on the list here. Now I just need to get the light cream for the split pea soup. And I was going to also get some sour cream for the beans just to top it off there. Because I've already got my meals made up, they're sort of done. It's just really kids snacks for school, like some yogurts. We've got some like milk poppers and things like that. Just some bread. I've got cheese and all that sort of thing. So I'm just going to see over the next day what I can think of, what I'm going to need in the house. So that's all I can think of at the moment. I'm going to try and get the shop in by tomorrow morning so I can get it by the weekend. I don't really want to get it on Saturday again. I'd like to get it like Friday night or Monday. I really probably do need it Friday night. Otherwise I'll go out and spend more money on the weekend. I do have to think of an idea that I can do there because I would really like to shop on Monday so the kids have got things for the week. But other than that, I've sort of got our 7 days meals there. Like I said, it depends on when I get the shop next week again. But, you know, I've got the 7 meals in front of me. You know, it could be, sometimes it could be 5 days, could be 6 days or 7 days that I get the shop in. Just depends on how quickly we go through food. It won't necessarily be on those days, but, you know, you've got it written in front of you and you know what's in the freezer and the fridge and you can use up what you've got. And then you don't have to go to the shop. Like, if I wouldn't have written this out, I just would have gone, okay, I'm just going to go get some beef. I'm going to buy some chicken. I'm going to do all that. Whereas I've had a look at it and I know what I don't need. And then so I can start afresh with the Fill Your Freezer Friday video for next week. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some ideas on what you could make out of the foods that you've got in your pantry and fridge. And I'll see you soon for the grocery haul and I'll show you what I've picked up. I'll see you soon in a few days. Thanks everyone. Bye.